Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Young Howard wrote many stories and scripts.
Mr. Quackers was on his magic toilet.
But then one day he grew up and discovered alcohol and laziness, so he put his writing in the attic and forgot about it. 20 years later, Howard found his old stories and persuaded his lifelong friend Rufus to read them. Join Rufus and Howard as they embark on a mission to read everything he wrote, from the age of 5 until now, in The Worst Writer in the World.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, worst writer in the world. 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 He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to The Worst Writer in the World with me, Rufus, and my pointy-headed friend
Howard Longer.
Thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show, to all of our lovely patrons on Patreon for making possible this show, and thanks to you for listening to this show. This week we're starting a Doctor Who story written by Howard when he was a young, tiny teenager, which we have released before on the Man by Cow podcast called Siege. But this is a brand new extended 6-episode version with lots of new extra and extended bits, all building up to a brand new ending written by me, so new, in fact, that I haven't even written it yet. I haven't even started, but don't worry, I've got a few weeks to get on it. All right, let's get started, shall we, Howard?
Yes, please.
Right, so we're about to get started with this new story, but I should explain that the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the synopsis of an earlier draft of this story. It has a lot in common, a lot of similarities, but there's one major difference, that in this synopsis, it's about Cybermen.
Yeah.
But in the actual story, Howard has decided, no, Cybermen are stupid. I'm going to make my own villains.
Yeah,
right?
and Cybermen are men, and I'm a big feminist, so I'm going to make my own villains.
Okay, so let's get started with that, shall we?
Yes, please.
Earth, 1990.
Wow.
Yeah. There was nothing strange about the death of Mr. Jones. Obviously, whilst listening to his music, he had slipped and banged his head on the table. But there was no sign of blood on the table's corner. The truth, though, was very sinister, for behind the death of the inferior human Mr. Jones was a plot wipe out the entire human race.
Wow. A plot wipe out the entire human race.
And you're going to like this, because we've just been talking about how brilliant these Doctor Who villains are. The underlined Cybermen, skilled in cybernetics, have made thousands of everyday appliances into killing machines.
Yeah,
Hair dryers spit fire. Exploding
wait,
lamps.
Spitfires?
Yeah,
Like
no,
planes?
No, 2 words. Hair dryers spit fire.
Oh, hairdryers spit fire.
Yeah.
Fridges spit ice.
Yeah. Exploding lamps.
This is like a Man by Cow advert.
Yeah. Tape players that strike people.
I think I'd run out of good ideas after hairdryers spitting fire.
Telephones that emit deathly sound waves.
Ah. that's
And
good.
worst of all, the Cybermen's main weapon, the television. The main part of their plan, which will hypnotise the many viewers, causing them to commit suicide. After having a near death from an electric kettle.
Was it
wonderful
Is it a
sentence.
fortune-telling kettle or is it a regular
No,
kettle?
after having a near death from an electric kettle and being trapped inside a computer game for a while, he decides to get to the bottom of things. That's a very throwaway, very detailed plot point, isn't it? After having a near death from an electric kettle and being trapped inside a computer game for a while, he decides to get to the bottom of things.
Oh, dear.
The Doctor discovers he, he? Who's that? Is he the Doctor? Okay.
I guess so.
This is the first mention of his name.
Well, the programme's called Doctor Who. It's not called...
Yeah, but you don't use a pronoun like that, don't you? You don't say he. In a program that's got many male characters, you just don't go on he without establishing who that he is. The Doctor discovers that the Cybermen are at work. So he goes to their office.
Come from a land down Talos. It's a joke for anyone that watches Doctor Who there.
Yeah, and knows that song.
Yeah.
The Doctor discovers that Cybermen are at work and discovers their plan. When he attempts to destroy the Cybermen's TV transmitter, he is caught and is about to be destroyed when he is saved by his companion. The Doctor and co. escape the Cybermen and head for the great TV satellite in the TARDIS.
Do you think that, like, by calling my companion Co, I was being very forward-thinking, because Co is supposed to be a terminology instead of male or female. They were hoping to introduce the word Co instead of him or her, and because I didn't know who the companion would be at the time that this was filmed.
This is you being using non-gender specific pronouns.
Quickly, Co! You've got to come over here with me, Sylvester McCoy, McDo!
Yeah, absolutely.
Co! Evil since the dawn of time, Co.
It's
like
weird.
my Sylvester McCoy impersonation's got worse.
It was weird when Billy Connolly started playing Sylvester McCoy, wasn't it? That was a weird era.
Yeah, it was a good time. He got his ukulele out. Banjo.
They managed to stop all broadcasting so that the Cybermen's plan fails. The Doctor then directs the TV signal at the Cybermen's hideout. So
Mark Gatiss, of course, stole this script and did his own one, which was
totally different. Nothing to do with that script whatsoever.
Well, it had TVs, but it didn't have Cybermen in it.
Okay,
didn't
so
have
TVs in it.
Didn't have the Doctor Who getting hit by a kettle and living in
Computer game
Tetris for a while. Shitting hell! Why do these bricks keep falling on my head?
All right, so now we've done the synopsis. It's time to get started with the actual script.
Hooray!
We see an alien craft drifting through space. We move closer. Who's we? And closer.
Me and you.
To a viewing. So we're in it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Rufus and Howard float through space. They see an alien craft drifting through space. They move closer and closer, up to a viewing screen and into the spaceship. We see about 4 extremely human-looking beings.
Ew.
Humans? Those beings look very human.
No.
I wonder where they're from.
What's the name of their race? Extremely human-looking beings.
They look at humans a lot.
Yeah.
All working at computer consoles. They are the Aranthrans. They have an evil stare.
Yes, let's take the lift, Leela.
Don't go up there. Most of those stairs are fine, but there is one. There is one you cannot trust. He's evil.
Yes. Is it the red one, Doctor Who?
No, that is the surprising thing.
Yes.
That's all it says. I mean, that's at the end of, like, it's in brackets. It's the stage direction. It tells you that we move, like, it gives actual stage direction. And then it says, like, we move in human-looking beings working at computer consoles. They are the Aranthrans. They have an evil stare. the end. What the fuck?
Good.
Computer. Planets located. Correct oxygen. Hydrogen. Damage to space entrail layer. But nothing that cannot be repaired.
They've got damage to their space entrail layer.
Yeah. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing they probably can't land in their portal launch.
They probably should, because that's the only way you're going to fix that.
Yeah, the space entrail layer. Aranthra A. A planet has been found at last. After all these millenniums, we have...
That's the plural of millenniums.
Yeah.
Millenniums.
We have drifted on endlessly. Is it inhabited? Thousands of different, earth, air and water creatures to be found. Any intelligent life forms? That's Aranthra B.
Okay.
3 intelligent life forms, dolphins, sea creatures, harmless. Oh, they're not 3 things. Right, that's about the dolphins. I thought those were the 3 creatures. 1, dolphins. 2, sea creatures. 3, harmless. No, firstly, dolphins, sea creatures, harmless.
Okay, right.
Monkey forms.
Monkey forms.
Monkey forms. That's what they are. That's monkey forms. All right, so we've got dolphins and monkey forms so far. Monkey forms, what it says about monkey forms is ape. Oh, okay. Oh, no, hang on. Monkey forms, ape, chimp, gorilla. 3 main intelligent life forms, one of which is ape, chimp, and gorilla.
Yeah. Monkey forms. Yeah.
That's one intelligent life form. Monkey form.
Well,
Ape, chimp, gorilla. Others also to be found. Tree creatures.
tree creatures.
No, they are. We're still talking about the monkey forms.
Oh, right.
There's ape, chimp, gorilla.
That's not Earth then.
No.
Tree creatures.
Ape, chimp, gorilla, and others also to be found. Tree creatures, harmless, and human beings.
What?
I think maybe these are talking about Earth.
Okay.
I think he's describing it's like aliens arriving on Earth and finding out if it's inhabitable. I'm guessing,
Right,
and so they found
yeah.
3 intelligent life forms:
Yeah.
dolphins, monkey forms,
And humans. Humans are
human beings.
Humans are a monkey form, aren't they?
Yeah, they
Okay.
are. But well, no, they're not. I mean, you make an immediate mistake. You said monkey forms, apes.
Yeah.
Which is like
Yeah.
But
yeah, and apes are definitely monkeys. So.
yeah, and so are humans, all swinging around in trees with tails.
Yeah.
Human beings, biped forms, like that of our race, travel in air, water, and on land, can be very dangerous. Yeah, that's what you need to know about humans.
this
They
a
travel in air and water. They're amazing. Aranthra C.
So there's 3 Aranthras. Athranthrans.
Yeah. They will not like us stealing this planet. They're going to steal the planet.
Oh, wow.
They must be annihilated.
Well, if they do it without them noticing, they'll be fine, won't they?
Fucking hell, is Aranthra D coming up? They get 1 line each. All right? Why can't just one character say this? Computer.
Because there's 4 of them and they've got an evil stare.
Yeah.
I remember that much.
One character with an evil stare would be fine. We are not armed, therefore I shall compute a logical plan. That's a good. Thank you, computer. Not like usual when I compute an illogical plan. Aranthra D. Good. I shall now inform Lady Amantha.
A Lady Amantha of the Aranthras.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So we just met the Aranthrans. They're in their spaceship. They've scanned Earth and found it suitable for their needs, whatever those needs might be. And the reason they found it suitable is because it only has 3 intelligent life forms.
Yes. Right.
Which, as we know, are dolphins, monkey forms.
Monkey forms.
And the examples of monkey forms are 3 things which are not monkeys. And the first one is apes, which is not only not a monkey, but it's a whole different class of thing. Right? So monkey forms, number 1, apes, chimpanzees and gorillas.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's amazing. And the third intelligent life form is another ape, which is human beings.
Ooh.
But we only got like bronze medal in that Aranthran competition for who's the most intelligent on this planet.
Weird, right?
We came after monkey form apes.
Yeah. All those apes going around inventing cars and curing cancer.
That's how you evaluate intelligence. Have you invented a car? No. Okay, you're stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what's going on now, shall we?
Yes, please.
We see the interior of the TARDIS. The Doctor is lying under the main control console and is obviously trying to repair something.
Obviously.
Or dead. His companion, to be called John, is watching from above. The console is rising and falling. John. All right, I'm sorry.
Jamie, right?
Yeah. So, Doctor, what does this chameleon circuit do exactly? Well, John, it is quite amazing, really. If it works, that is.
Yeah.
Yes, very interesting, but you still haven't told me what it does. Well, it adopts the shape of the exterior of the TARDIS to match its surroundings.
Adopts it.
It adopts, not adapts. Oh, that explains why it has the word chameleon in it.
Ah, yeah.
Because it acts like one. A bit, yes. No, Doctor, it does completely. Not a bit.
Yeah. I was very glad that I wrote dialogue that would be really useful to the makers of Doctor Who. Hoping to get this made, I'll put in scenes where I explain
things that
how
everyone
the
knows.
TARDIS
Yeah.
works. Or...
You did that a lot, didn't you? A bit, yes, but it doesn't just change its colour. It can change from a police box to a tree, for instance.
Ah.
Really? But how? Dunno. Not
Not sure. I knew once, but that must have been over 100 years ago, and the memory's not too good. Anyway, all I know is it works, and that's all I need to know.
Why are you trying to fix it then?
Do you think you can fix it? Don't see why not. Did before. The thing is, I think Doctor Who in this script has a Colville accent, so it's difficult to do it as Tom Baker Doctor.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, not sure.
So what? He's no idea how it works, but he thinks he can fix it.
Yeah. Only it didn't quite work. Anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, that's not fixing either. It's failing to fix.
That's the opposite of fixing. And I
in other words, yes, I did it in another story that Howard liked when he saw it, and so he copied it.
Yes, and mentioned it. And I've almost finished, you know. I'm not surprised. You've been at it for 3 days now. Well, I've been waiting for you to ask what I'm doing. What? Actually, I finished 2 days ago. I'm sorry, Doctor, but I didn't want to disturb you. Basically, he's saying, right, Tom Baker Doctor Who is saying that he's been lying on the floor under his console for 2 days, waiting for... No, but like since he finished 2 days, waiting for Jamie to say, "Oh, Doctor, what you doing?"
That's my understanding of how Doctor Who worked. Is that like Doctor only ever does stuff when people ask him.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but I didn't want to disturb you. That's why I didn't ask. Oh, never mind. He gets up,
turning Scottish himself.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Anyhow, we'll be landing any second now. The console slowly stops rising and falling. There, see, we've landed. Goodbye. Okay, now I am going to open the door by pulling this lever. I am pulling the lever.
The lever is pulled. Look, the door is open. I'm walking through it. Yes.
We see an alleyway full of dustbins and rubbish. Suddenly, a wheelie bin materialises. Seconds later, the lid flips open and the Doctor climbs out. Oh, it's the TARDIS. John follows him. John looks amazed. Doctor, will you warn me next time when some stairs are going to appear in the TARDIS? Especially evil stairs.
Good one.
Yeah, he doesn't say that.
No.
I did not know myself. Anyhow, they had to materialise. How else were we going to get out? I think I preferred the police box. The Doctor shuts the lid of the TARDIS and locks it. Suddenly it blurs and changes into a lamppost. Can you explain that? Looks and points at the lamppost.
In case there's any doubt.
No, never mind. Let's go shopping. Brilliant.
Yeah,
good, excellent line. No, never mind. Let's go shopping.
I want to get a hat.
I'm sure we're in London somewhere. They walk off. They pass a poster. It reads, "New breakthrough in satellite TV."
Oh, that must mean something.
Right, so the Aranthrans have arrived on Earth for some reason, and Doctor Who has arrived on Earth to do some shopping.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
we see a group of 3 people. One is a man dressed in a suit and has a flower in his button. Not in his buttonhole, in his button. And the other 2 carry guns around their waists. That's a weird way to carry a gun. What kind of weird gun is... What kind of weird future gun is that? Where it's shaped like a belt. They are his bodyguards. Okay. They walk down a street to a building with the name Aranthran Satellite TV. Because they're undercover. They enter. We see the inside of the building. Surprise! It is well designed. Although there's no hyphen, so I think it actually means it is well designed.
Yeah.
The group go up to a desk. such detail. Using their feet. On their feet, they've got shoes. No, the group go to a desk.
Oh dear.
Where an evil-looking girl sits. Oh, what a brilliant image. You look slightly evil. Oh no, I'm normal.
Oh Jesus! What is that? What is that?
Casting. We're gonna need an evil-looking girl.
Got to be like wearing a witch's hat or what?
Yeah,
what is that?
I think so. He's got like blacked out teeth. That's evil, isn't it? All right, so where they walk up to a desk where an evil-looking girl sits. The man in the suit is Sir John Caulfield, another John.
Oh,
Right, so you've got John the companion and Sir John.
Yeah, I probably didn't realise that. I probably figured that out halfway through.
I love the name so much. Everyone's called John, and the Doctor used to call himself John Smith as well.
Yeah.
Right? So he's John too. Sir John. Young lady, I demand to see the president of this corporation. He has a lot of explaining to do. All right, so she's evil. I'm sorry, but Mrs. Emphasis on the Mrs. That's in brackets. Mrs. Amantha is unavailable at the moment.
I'm fucking right on, me. I'm right
You
on.
are well right on. Well, you were. You're not anymore.
No.
Don't give me any of that rubbish. I know she's in here somewhere. I'm going to find her.
How does he know she's in there? He didn't even know she was a woman.
Yeah. He's making a lot of leaps of faith here. Okay, may I have your name then, please? Sir John.
What will I use?
Sir John Caulfield. I'll just see if I can fit you in tonight. We'll always leave space for important people. She takes out a black book from a drawer, looks, and studies it.
Yeah.
Then she writes in it. Yes, we have a place. It is in 5 hours at 7:30. So if you'd like to come back then, sir. Why, yes. Oh, he's compliant all of a sudden. Very kind and helpful you are. He is flattered. By what?
Maybe a big rock lands on him.
Okay.
Flatter him,
A
wouldn't it?
big rock lands on him, flatters him. Yes, well, goodbye, he says from under the rock. Sir John leaves, yes. His bodyguards follow. As soon as he is gone, the secretary picks up a phone and presses a button on it. After a moment, she speaks. We have a troublemaker. We see the Doctor and John.
Caulfield or
Just, I think, regular John.
Regular John.
Yeah. Walking down a street, they pass a newspaper stand, which reads, Famous scientist dies at home. Reason of death, quite unknown.
Quite unknown.
Yeah, because apparently in this world, headlines rhyme.
Yeah.
All headlines must be rhyming couplets.
And they're long and useless.
Yeah. The Doctor and Co. arrive at a cinema. It's just John. Why have you abbreviated John to Co? The Doctor and Co. arrive at a cinema.
Because it doesn't mean company, it means companion.
Companion. Oh, okay. Hey, how about this then? He looks up at the cinema. Great, but when's the next showing?
Well, they're going to the cinema. I thought they were going shopping.
Let's go and find out, shall we? I guess they've been shopping. The Doctor walks off into the cinema. John follows. They pass another newspaper stand. A sign reads, Scientist Professor Harrison dies at phone. Reason.
Reason unknown.
Well, you've Tipex something out here, so it just says reason, but there was a word underneath there. But it must have said unknown, but then you
That
thought...
rhymes again.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll just get rid of the word unknown for some reason.
Because the word's unknown, you see. That's why.
So, Sir John Caulfield went to Aranthran TV and an evil secretary phoned someone to sort him out.
Ooh.
And now...
We see the two bodyguards deliver Sir John to his house.
Good.
Sir John gets out of the box and goes in, and the bodyguards wait outside. We see Sir John in his house. He has a portable radio cassette recorder, Sir John. He puts a tape in. You're really imagining this really opulent lifestyle here. Sir John Caulfield has a tape recorder, like the Philips roller, what I've got free off of cereal.
Yeah. The Doctor goes to the cinema.
And shopping in 1990. Yeah. It puts a tape in, then switches it on. Soft classical music begins to play. There, he's posh on his Philips roller. And Sir John sits down and closes his eyes to listen to the music. We see it is quite dark. We see the cinema. The Doctor and John come out. Great, wasn't it, Doctor? If you like that type of thing. Personally, I've always liked the creatures from the planet Kazat. In fact, the ones in the film were nothing like the real thing. You mean there really is a planet called Kazat? Sure is. Anyway, it was only made up. Us Earthlings don't know that Kazat exists, and if we did, I'm sure there wouldn't be a film called Nasties from the Planet Kazat. He's cut off. I think the Doctor just stabbed him.
Good.
Don't know how you talked me into seeing such rubbish anyhow. As I was saying, we wouldn't call them nasty if we knew what they were really like.
We'd call them nasty.
Oh, do be quiet, John. Come on, back to the TARDIS. So soon? Yes. Now, don't dawdle. The Doctor walks off and John follows. We see Sir John
Yeah. Good.
still listening to music and with his eyes closed.
Right.
We see the Doctor and John. So that was a cutaway scene just to show that Sir John's still listening to music and nothing's happened to him. We see the Doctor and John, regular John. They arrive at the place where they left the TARDIS. It is in the shape of a television set. Oh, great! How are we supposed to fit in through the door? As if to answer his question, the television set blurs, and in its place is a red Mini. Ah, much better. He pats the Mini on its top. There is suddenly a streak of blue light which passes very near the Doctor and John. We see the house of Sir John. The blue light is aimed at it. We see the inside of the house. The blue light touches the radio, and then it is gone. The radio begins to stir.
Thank you. Thank you for stirring my tea. I'd have some sugar, please.
We see the Doctor and John getting over their shock.
Yeah.
Hey, help me over this shock. What was that? That what? Okay, hang on.
Oh, good. Have I come up with a thing?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you've done. It's going to be very difficult to read. I just want to prepare myself. Here comes the scene. What was that? That was, we. We? Yes, well, that's what it did.
Oh, yeah.
I think it went wee or something maybe. But I mean, it says we. It's got the word we with lots of e's on it.
Oh, I'm way ahead of Moffat.
This is timey-wimey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says if you can't be bothered to explain something, just have the Doctor be kind of quirky.
Yeah.
In other words, you haven't got a clue what it was. Well, I wouldn't put it like that. I know one thing about it. It isn't from Earth in this year. It was very much alien. We see the house of Sir John. Inside, the radio slowly begins to lift from the ground. It begins to move towards Sir John. Suddenly, it attacks and swings at him, hitting him on the head. Luckily, Sir John is not hurt too badly. He quickly gets away from the radio so that it can't reach him. Sir John has a look of horror on his face. He sighs when the radio cannot reach him. The radio takes several swings at him. Then, knowing it can't get him this way, begins to pull its plug away from the socket. Okay, that's what's been holding him back. Didn't mention that. So Sir John calls his bodyguards. Simon, Dave, come here quickly, please. Sir John turns around and sees that his radio has been released from the socket, and the plug is held in front of it like a head. It attacks and the plug hits Sir John in the stomach. An electrical blue current covers all of Sir John's body. Quickly, the radio goes back to its original place as Sir John slumps to the floor. Seconds later, the bodyguards enter. One kneels down to Sir John's body and checks for a pulse. He looks up at the other, whose name is Dave, and says, "Better get the police and the ambulance. I'm afraid he's dead." Dead? He's amazed. That's in brackets, he's amazed. Right, Dave is amazed. That's a stage direction. Yeah. Dave is amazed.
Well, everyone's favourite character, Sir John Caulfield, is dead because a cassette player murdered him. But meanwhile,
we see the Doctor and John in the alley. John is leaning against a
wall.
I think it's meant to say wardrobe.
Oh.
All right, but it is spelt, and I'll try and picture this in your mind. WADRBE. Wadrobe.
Yeah, that's a wardrobe.
Wadrobe. With a very massive lack of vowels. So he is leaning against a wadrobe, which is rapidly turning into a bed. After it is fully transformed, John sits down on it. He is looking quite annoyed with the Doctor. But what I don't understand is why you have to stay. I've told you 1,000,000 times. 5. Yes, well, I want to find out what that ray was. It could be a threat to the entire human race. How can you tell that from a single measly blue streak of light? Oh, do shut up.
I'm Stephen Moffat. All these characters, all they ever do is tell each other to shut up.
Now then, which way did it go? Let me see. He brings a black box from his pocket, stares at it for a while, then exclaims, "This way!"
Yeah.
The Doctor walks off and John climbs off a blurring bed and quickly follows after him.
I invented the sonic screwdriver there. Look, do you see that? A black box.
Yeah. It's just a sonic box driver. We see the Aranthran control room. 2 Aranthrans are in here. It's a catchy name. I mean, like Dalek. It's so Aranthran. Yeah, that's going to catch on definitely.
Where's a Lady Amantha? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good name. One picks up a type of phone. They speak into it. Objective achieved. Sir John annihilated. Aranthra A says. We see Sir John inside of house. We see his body lying on the floor.
All dead and shit.
Yeah, slowly it disintegrates. There is nothing left. Simon walks in and sees the body is gone. He stares on in amazement. We see the doctor and John walking down a street. Suddenly a police car and ambulance whiz past. That's it! The doctor points to the police and ambulance and runs after it. What's it? John says to himself. John stares after the doctor and runs after him. We see the doctor and John arrive at the house of Sir John. They walk up the drive.
Scintillating TV this would have made.
The police car and ambulance are here. It's at least as good as Doctor Who stories used to be. Especially episode 1, they were so boring. Nothing ever happened. The door to the house is open. The doctor walks straight in. John, however, looks around first and then slowly enters. We see a policeman in the house. He is questioning Simon and Dave. Alright, hello. So, which one of you found the body? He'd only just died. He was shouting at us and we arrived and he was dead. Yes, do you say the body vanished? The doctor walks in. Vanished, are you sure? And who are you, sir? I am the doctor, and this is my assistant, John! He points behind him, but John's not there. Who's your assistant, John? He looks over the doctor's shoulder. What? What the shit? I can see no one else. The doctor turns around and sees John has gone. Must be investigating. I think we'll leave the investigating to our policemen, not your nurses. Do you? Oh, I am the doctor. Okay, yeah, all right. Really? Yes. Now, you. He looks at Simon. Me? Yes. Well then, did you see a blue beam come this way? Yeah, I did. Shot straight through the window, it did. God, I was surprised. Never seen nothing like it in my whole life. Anything, he corrects him. He corrected Dave. He said, no, I've never seen nothing like it.
Oh, right.
Eh? You'd never seen anything like it. Yep, I'd never seen anything like it in my whole life. Very good. Yes, it is all very well having pronunciation lessons, but but a man is missing and dead.
You're not pronouncing anything correctly. That's not how you pronounce anything.
That's not you're pronouncing nothing, which is that is wrong.
It's so mispronounced.
Yes.
It sounds like a different word.
Yes, it's all very well having pronunciation lessons, but a man is missing and dead. He is missing and dead. That's what he is.
Well, they don't know that he's
It's
dead.
the other way round. He said, I think he said he was dead and then he disappeared.
Yeah, but they don't know better. They can't prove he's dead if he's disappeared. I mean, so they only got their word to go on, really.
I have to find out the cause of death. It might have been murder. Why else would the body get stolen? Oh yes, it is certainly murder. But I don't think that the body will have been stolen. That beam I saw, well, it was definitely a primitive type of life in disintegration ray. What? It was definitely a primitive type of life in disintegration ray. Life in disintegration ray is in like speech marks, so it's a primitive type of life in disintegration ray. Okay. And
What are you talking about? Do? Well, if you just get inside my he portal watch, I'll show you.
And what, may I ask, is one of those, sir? Good question. Well, it's a mixture of a life ray and a disintegration ray.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What's a life ray?
I don't know. Find out.
Really? And in that case, what has the life ray got to do with it? And got a clue. Ain't, it says ain't. And got a clue. Well, maybe we better ask the ant then.
Yes, here is my aunt. Aunt's got a clue. Aunt got a clue.
What do you think happened?
Explain to everybody, including me, what a life ray is.
Unfortunately, I do not speak ant.
Because the
The
policeman seems to know what one is.
What has the life ray got to do
We
with
don't
it?
know what one of those is, but what's he going to do with disintegration, Mr. Doctor Who?
Ain't got a clue. That's the reply. Dave says,
Hello.
haven't, corrects the doctor. Gets him back, you see. Hilarious. Doctor smiles, yes, I haven't got a clue. Well, Mr. Policeman, have any other unexplained deaths occurred recently? Well, yes, there's the case of that Professor Harrison. He died unexpectedly, but I'm sure you've heard of that already. No, I have not. But there are posters all over the town about it.
Right.
You know, trying to sell newspapers with the best headline. Oh, I think that's a bit of a joke. He said there are posters all over town trying to sell newspapers with the best headline because they've had competitive headlines.
Yeah.
Really? Well, I haven't been here that long. Where's John? Oh, John walks into the room unnoticed. I didn't notice that. That's weird.
Yeah.
I saw a poster outside the cinema, Doctor. Oh, hello, John.
Hey.
Where have you been? Toilet.
Okay.
Oh, well, then, everybody, this is John, my assistant.
He's just taking a shit.
Hello, I'm Dave. Shakes hands with John. Hello, Simon's the name. He shakes hands with John. And I am PC Wilkinson.
Hey.
Pleased to meet you, I think. Well then, tell... That's a good scene. Tell me about the death of Mr. Harrison, PC Wilkinson. It was strange, really. He was as fit as a fiddle, yet the only explanation for his death could be a heart attack. He was on the phone when he died. We're still asking the person he was on the phone to if there was anybody to come forward. Really? Tell me, did he have any enemies? It's spelled with an I. Enemies. Enemies.
Enemies, yeah.
Well, if you want to know, I suggest you see his secretary, Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson.
Exciting scene, that'll be.
She kept a book with all his enemies in it.
Right, people are getting dead. People are getting dead and vanished. All right, they're dying, then disappearing, but don't worry because Doctor Who is on the case.
Hooray!
But elsewhere, the Aranthrans are up to something.
We see the Aranthran control room. 2 Aranthrans are in here. They are working at computers. After some time...
Will you open Aranthran door 1 or Aranthran door 2?
After some time, a door opens, and a tall lady...
It doesn't say that.
It does, and a tall lady dressed in rich clothing enters.
Rich clothing.
Yeah.
Her clothing's got bags of money.
Yeah. Her clothing then goes shopping and buys a car.
Leaving her all torn and naked.
The 2 Aranthrans stop their work stand. I think they're missing comma again. Stop their work, stand. And curtsy to her. One of them speaks. Greetings, Lady Amantha. What is the purpose of your visit? All right, Lady Amantha. Yeah, you're right there, Jockey Joe. It's good that Sir John is out of the way. You do your jobs well, but the death of Professor Harrison has aroused his companion's suspicions. Find the name of his companion quickly. We see the Doctor and John waiting by a desk. After a while, a girl comes along. Yeah. It is the secretary of Professor Harrison and Professor Wood. She is called Rachel Robinson. Okay.
That's the name of the girl.
Rachel.
That's the name of a girl I dated when I was like 12.
Well, Doctor, I've checked his diary. He had just been to the Aranthran satellite offices. They're a TV firm, you know. Yes, I know. He's been there. Sorry. Yes, I know he's been there. But did he say anything about it? Well, he kept going on about the metal used to make something or other. Apart from that, I can't tell you anything. But he most definitely didn't have any enemies. But if you want to find out more, Doctor, then I suggest you see his partner, Professor Wood. Professor Wood, eh? Yes, I will. Is that a joke? Professor Wood, I will. Can you tell me where to find him? Here, I'll write it down for you. She scribbles an address and gives it to the doc. Thank you, you've been very helpful. Come on, John, we're going to see Mr. Wood.
Yeah.
The Doctor and John start to leave.
I don't mind leaving a scene really, really, really late, do I?
No.
Yeah, I'll give you his number.
All having
I'll just
whole
write
scene.
it down.
Yeah.
Here is me writing it down. I'm handing to
Here
you.
you are.
Thank you for giving
Thank
it to
you.
me.
Now I will leave.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
I'm
isn't
going
it?
to this door now.
Yes, I am opening.
Well opened, Doctor Who. Yes, I've done it before. You know.
Yeah, it is not my first door handle.
Right, so we're about to return to the Aranthrans, okay? And in the last Aranthran scene, Lady Amantha asked Aranthran A to find the name of Professor Harrison's companion, and quickly.
We see the Aranthran control room, and the Lady Amantha is still waiting for a name.
What?
Professor Wood.
Ah.
Good. You will illuminate him. Yes, Lady Amantha.
So the Aranthrans are actually a race of evil women.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Lady Amantha leaves the control room, and the two Aranthrans set to work. We see the Doctor and John. They are on a bus.
Great.
The bus stops, and they get off.
Brilliant scene.
They walk up a driveway.
Hey, Doctor Who, we're on a bus. Yes, it goes forwards and stuff.
And ring the doorbell of a house. Inside the house, a man is using a hairdryer on his wet hair. Yeah, hairdryer. I've got a bad feeling about this spitting hairdryer. He does not hear the doorbell. Outside, the Doctor rings the doorbell a lot more. Suddenly, a blue beam passes them overhead. They both duck. The beam goes through a window of the house.
Oh.
The Doctor watches it. Quickly, we've got to get in there. Inside the house, the blue beam hits the hairdryer. The hairdryer breaks free of Professor Wood. It swings at him and fire shoots from its nozzle, covering the Professor. He falls to the floor screaming. Outside the house, John has just managed to kick the door down. He and the Doctor quickly enter and search for Professor Wood. They hear the screaming. Upstairs! The two run up the stairs and crash into the Professor's bedroom to see a dead body. Still burning slightly. Suddenly, the body disintegrates. The hairdryer is nowhere to be seen. The third! Ah, but is it?
The third?
The third! The third!
The third. Oh, third.
The third.
Okay, death.
Ah, but is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, the body of Professor Harrison is still intact. So you think he was just murdered? So you think he was just regular murdered? And it was nothing to do with this death? He points at the gone body. That's exactly what it says. And the best thing is, you've gone is underlined and in bold. So he points at the gone body.
Good.
Brilliant. So he points at the gone body. Well, either that or it went wrong first time, which in that case I can tap into the Professor's mind and imprint the last thing he saw. I'll know how he died. Come on, no time to waste. But what about him? Not him.
Hey.
He points to where the body was, you can say it this time.
Hey, but isn't anymore because it's gone.
Because it's a gone body. The Doctor and John leave. We see the hairdryer come out from hiding. It looks around, sees that its work is done, and drops to the ground, dead. We see the Aranthran control room. There are two Aranthrans in here.
Oh.
One picks up the strange phone and speaks into it. Objective achieved. Professor Wood eliminated. We see the Doctor and John arrive at Sir John's house. PC Wilkinson is still here. Ah, Doctor, find out anything useful? Yes, Professor Wood is dead. What? Yeah, we saw him disintegrate. But enough of that. Could we see the body of Mr. Harrison? You actually witnessed the disintegration? Yes. Now, can we see Mr. Harrison? Yes, just let me inform the station and we'll pay a visit to the Prof. We see the PC phone back to the station on his walkie-talkie. After some time, he puts it away and walks over to the Doctor.
See, I've entirely skipped the necessity for the Doctor to have to pretend to be anyone important or have any of that stuff. I'm like, I don't even want psychic paper. I don't need that.
Yeah, just policeman believes him.
Yeah, of
just,
course, it's Doctor.
Yeah,
Isn't he?
tell him, do what you want. You'll be wanted for questioning, Doctor. Doctor who? The Doctor says, Smith. John Smith. And the policeman wonderfully says, "My, what a lot of Johns." Well, Dr. Smith, come on, we'll go and see the Professor now. The The Doctor, John, and PC Wilkinson leave the room. We see a room.
Do you think that PC Wilkinson's first name is John?
I hope so.
PC John Wilkinson.
Yeah, definitely. And Aranthran 1 is actually called John Aranthran.
Yeah. They should be called the Johns from the planet John, shouldn't they? We are the Johns.
Yeah. Lady John. What do you think? No, she'd be Lady On.
Yeah. Lady On of the Johns.
That's why she's special. So they leave the room. We see a room. It is a giant telescopic room. There's no such thing as a telescopic room.
I think it means a room with a telescope
well, it
in.
does, because the next line says, a great big telescope sticks out of the ceiling. Great big. Steve really understands stuff.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. If you're in the secret gang, if you support us on Patreon, then this week we have released Chapter 2 of our brand new Gret Binchleaf adventure, which unusually is called Steve Krabs and the Adventure of Making Crabs Go Big. And it's so new, it even has its own new theme tune, which sounds a bit like this. He likes his crabs, he likes his crabs, he's going to tell you about crabs. Then he'll tell you one more thing about crabs. He knows more than 100 crabs, he's very interested in crabs, Steve Krabs. Crab enlarger, he won't charge you, his crab inflating service is for free. He does it happily. He's called Steve Krabsleaf, called Steve Krabsleaf, called Steve Krabsleaf, called Steve Krabsleaf. Join the gang on patreon.com/manbycow and get access to this and much, much more immediately. Bye-bye milk.
Go buy some milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.